everybody. Thanks for watching Mike and Olive Reviews Things.
My name's Olive and this is my dad, Mike.
And today we're reviewing something that is new on DVD and Blu-ray and digital release.
And it is Pokemon Detective Pikachu!
Yeah, so we're reviewing it now because we really wanted to go see it in the theater, but the day that we went to go see it, do you remember what happened?
I had pain.
You had a pain, yeah. I bought the tickets. I went to surprise her. I went to pick her up early from the camp that she goes to, and she was in a horrible pain, like horrible screaming pain. And I said, do you want to go to a movie or do you want to go to the doctor? And what'd you say?
Doctor.
Yeah, but it was more like this. Doctor. You were in so much pain, and we made an appointment at the doctor. I thought we might have to go to the emergency room. We went to this doctor, and when we went there, you were in screaming pain, and then you had to pee in a cup because they had to do some tests, and you didn't know how to do it.
I should add the pee in the cup part.
Yeah, and then I had to hold it, and you started laughing hysterically, and you stopped being in pain.
No, that's when I started laughing. I started laughing when you bought.
Yeah, we won't mention that part. But you started laughing and you stopped being in pain, and the doctor had no idea why. And it turns out a couple weeks later, I was talking to another doctor friend, and he said, oh, she had a hernia, and she was laughing, and that made the pain go away. It made the hernia go back in. And so that's something you can learn today, is that if your kid is in a horrible, horrible pain and you have no idea why, make them laugh because it might just be a hernia. Anyway, now that we're done with that, we finally saw Detective Pikachu because we didn't get to see it that day, and you didn't give me my money back that day. So, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. So, it stars Pikachu.
Mostly Pikachu.
Mostly Pikachu. And it's all about, there's a kid. I guess he's a kid. He's got a job, so I guess he's not a kid. But he is the son of a detective, and the detective goes missing. He's in a car accident. He meets Pikachu. Pikachu can talk to him. This is a world where Pokemon exists, and Pokemon are just animals, but they can't talk to humans. They just sound like animals.
They're not just animals. They also use powers.
Yes, they use powers, but just for the sake of this, I'm just saying, for some reason, Pikachu can talk to this boy. And so they try to figure out, okay, what happened to his dad? So that's the gist of the story. What do you know about Pokemon? Do you like Pokemon?
I love Pokemon.
Why do you love Pokemon?
Mostly because they're cute, they have powers, and also they're fun.
They're fun.
But my favorite Pokemon is Ditto. Ditto was not really in it that much in the first part, but in the second part when he just turns into people.
Okay, we'll get to that. We don't need to spoil it yet. Okay. So my experience with Pokemon is like zero. I know almost nothing about Pokemon. It started as a video game in the mid-90s. I never had it. I didn't have a Game Boy. That was kind of the first thing, and I just didn't really get it. I knew about Pokemon, but I never really did it. When Pokemon Go came out a few years ago. Pokemon Go is a thing where you walk around and you catch Pokemon in the real world. Yeah. We might do it one day.
Ooh.
But I didn't do it. I don't have anything against Pokemon. I just don't know I don't know anything about Pokemon. I'll be honest, the thing that interested me the most about this movie was Ryan Reynolds.
Who's Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds was the voice of Pikachu. And you've probably not seen Ryan Reynolds in anything. He's been in a lot of movies through the years, but currently he's probably the most famous for a superhero called Deadpool. And Deadpool is a R-rated superhero movie that involves lots of blood, lots of vulgarity and cursing, and it's not appropriate for you whatsoever. So you probably don't know who Ryan Reynolds is. But that's kind of the thing that interested me, as well as seeing it with you, because I know that you kind of liked Pokemon. We already mentioned that Ryan Reynolds was in this movie. Did you know any of the other people in the movie? Pikachu, obviously. Pikachu. There's a lot of Pokemon in the movie, and you know some of them. Ditto. Yeah, you know all those people. But did you know the main guy, Justin Smith? Like this kid, I'd never seen him before. Apparently, he was in Jurassic World. He's in the Get Down. I'd never seen him before, but I mean, he did a good enough job. Have you ever seen this girl before? He was the main kid.
Oh.
Yeah. And then this girl, have you ever seen Catherine Newton before in anything? I've seen her in Big Little Lies. Also saw her in Blockers. She's on her way up, so she was good in this as well. She was fun, but I mean, the stars of this movie were definitely the Pokemon.
Yeah. I almost know a couple of other Pokemon's names. I know all the Pokemon's name mostly because I have a book of all of the Pokemons.
Oh yeah.
That's how I know their names, but also from the movie, since there's a movie of Pokemon on Netflix.
Okay, so you've watched like the cartoon and the movies and stuff. So I think this might be the first live action one, which we can go right to the hits and misses, the things that we liked and disliked about it. The thing that I liked the most about it was how realistic this world looked.
I thought it was the duck.
Well, I'll get there. But the idea that these Pokemon just live in the real world. And I think they did a really good job of, if Pokemon were real, this is what they would look like. This is what they would sound like. And it coexisted really well into this environment. Have you ever seen the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I think maybe you saw it one time when you were little, but basically it was cartoon characters and real people side by side. And that was
Wait. Like the bunny one, a bunny with a basketball player and...
No, that's Space Jam.
Oh.
Yeah, Space Jam came after Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but yeah, Space Jam did the same thing. They had a cartoon with this, and so this is kind of the new version of that, where it is computer animated, but then there's real people in it, and it looked very realistic. The whole time Pikachu was talking, and you just believed that was actually Pikachu. You never thought it was fake or anything. So that was something that I really liked. What's something that you really liked?
I really like how Pikachu talked, because even if I know that nobody else could heal him, it's just so weird that only the kid could heal him. That's like the weirdest thing.
Yeah. And so you do eventually figure out the reason why. But so it's not just a throwaway of, hey, what's the point in this? So what is something that you disliked about it?
I just like the end with all the fighting.
Okay, with all the fighting? Yeah.
I did not like that.
Yeah, there's a scene toward the end where there's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of fighting, a lot of Pokemon, lots of fire. So yeah, it could potentially be a little scary.
There's fire?
Yeah, I mean, there's things that blow up.
You're right.
Yeah. So a miss for me though was just maybe because I don't know too much about Pokemon, but the story was just like, hey, we're gonna take over the Pokemon. I don't know. It just seemed a little thin to me story-wise. I don't know, because of the characters, I didn't necessarily know if I cared about them at all. Like, I didn't know if like that world is a completely made-up world. So it wasn't like, oh, the world's coming to the end. It's just like, oh, this is a made-up Pokemon world. So yeah, so maybe that's just because I didn't know anything about Pokemon, but I guess I didn't really care too much about the characters. Pikachu is incredibly cute. I didn't want him to die, but other than that, it's like, okay, I don't think he's going to die. His name is in the movie title.
Right.
But prior to watching this movie, as I was pressing play, you said to me, I think this is going to be the second best movie I've ever seen. So, one, what's the best movie you've ever seen?
Probably Goonies.
Okay, The Goonies. All right. So, was this the second best movie you've ever seen?
Yes.
Yes? This is the second best movie you've ever seen.
Star Wars is my third.
Star Wars is your third, but I mean, there's a lot of movies out there that you've liked. I mean, you saw Lion King a couple weeks ago. Did you like this better than The Lion King?
A little bit more, since there was not too much fighting.
Do you like this better than Wreck-It Ralph?
No.
Okay, so it's not your second best movie. All right, so
Well-
we'll have to work on that. But you liked it. Would you want to buy it and watch it a bunch of more times?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So apparently it's a recommend for Olive, which I can see that, especially for that age group. It is a fun movie for that. If you're gonna watch something with your family, it's not bad. I mean, you can get through it and it's fine. It's not annoying or anything like that. So it's kind of a recommend on that. But if it's just, hey, you sitting there by yourself without kids, I don't necessarily know if I think that this is probably the best option out there right now. So.
And also, it was really funny when Pikachu had to rub the duck's feet.
The duck, you're right. The duck is my favorite part of this movie. The duck was hilarious in it. The duck, I don't know what his name is. I don't know if it's a he or a she.
It's a he.
It doesn't talk, but is one of the Pokemons in the movie. And the duck cracked me up. The duck was, yes, my favorite part. Absolutely. So we talked a little bit about whether or not this was scary or not, but for a real expert in whether or not things are scary, we're going to bring in Penny, who was the 3-year-old in our family, and she did not finish watching this movie, so I think you could tell right away it's probably not the best for a 3-year-old, but we're going to go get Penny, and we're going to ask her what she thought of the movie.
Didn't we already do that?
Yeah, we shot it out of order. Penny had to go to bed, so we had already shot that part. All right, so we want to welcome back my 3-year-old Penny, who is Olive's sister. Penny, you say hi?
Hi.
All right, so you watched some of Detective Pikachu with us last night, right? But not all of it. Why didn't you watch all of it with us?
Because the dragon was mean.
Because the dragon was mean?
What was?
So
Charizard?
there's a dragon in it, and he blew fire, and he was really mean, and so that scared you.
It was not really mean. It was mostly the awe.
And then you just decided I'm gonna watch something else, right? So what else? What did you watch instead?
Ladybug.
Ladybug. So a show on Netflix. So your recommendation, Penny. So would you think Detective Pikachu, is it too scary for little kids? Yeah. So it's too scary? That's your good recommendation?
But I liked Pikachu.
You liked Pikachu. So you liked some of the Pokemon, but you didn't like the dragon. And you didn't see any of the scary parts at the end because you were already done, right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Well, so yeah. So do you think it was too scary for a 7-year-old?
No, I don't think he was even too scared for a 5-year-old.
Oh, so you're just calling Penny not a 5-year-old? Well, she's 3. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely some parts that were scary. There was a lot of battles and everything. And so, yeah, so I would say, as far as that goes, yeah, it might be a little too scary for your youngest ones. And, but it's probably perfect for 7, 8, 9-year-old age. That's probably right around the good spot for them. So thanks so much for watching this episode of Mike and Olive Review Things featuring Sometimes Penny. And so we're gonna say goodbye.
Bye.
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 I love Pokemon.
So, why is the shadow so? Penny, you're not on camera yet. Go play in the other room.
Go. That's still not funny, Mom.
Penny, do you want to do your part right now?
Yeah, do it right now.
Why is she in pajamas?
I'm not really in it.
All right. So thanks so much for watching this episode of Mike and Olive Review Things with Sometimes Penny.
Wait.
We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back once she leaves.
Ah.